Welcome to the kitchen, and thank you for joining me today. How do you usually boil sweet potatoes? Most people place them straight into a pot of water and wait for them to soften. It works, of course, but it does not bring out their full potential. If that is still your routine, I invite you to stay with me until the end of this video. I will guide you through a different method that is just as easy, yet delivers a sweeter aroma, a richer taste, and a much better texture. Once you try it, you may never go back to the old way. Now let us get started. Before we begin cooking, we need to prepare the sweet potatoes properly. This step is often overlooked, but it makes a big difference in both flavor and texture. First, take a moment to choose sweet potatoes that are close in size. When they are similar in thickness, they will cook at the same speed, which means you will not end up with some pieces undercooked while others are falling apart. Once you have selected the sweet potatoes, place them into a large bowl or basin. Now add 1 spoon of baking soda. Baking soda helps loosen any dirt that is stuck on the surface, and it also softens the skin slightly, which makes the cleaning process easier. Pour in enough clean water to fully cover the sweet potatoes. Use your hand or spoon to stir the water so the baking soda dissolves completely. Let the sweet potatoes soak for about 2 minutes. This short soak is enough to activate the baking soda without affecting the natural flavor. After soaking, gently rub the sweet potatoes with your hands to remove any remaining soil. Be careful not to scrub too aggressively. The goal is to keep the skin completely intact. The skin helps seal in moisture during cooking and protects the flesh from absorbing too much water. If the skin tears, the sweet potato may become mushy or lose sweetness into the boiling water. So keep your touch light, but firm enough to clean off any dirt. When the sweet potatoes are clean, rinse them under running water to remove the baking soda solution. Now take a sharp knife and cut off both ends. The tips are usually more fibrous and less pleasant to eat. Removing them will give you a smoother bite from edge to edge. Next, prepare a fresh bowl with 1 liter of clean water. Add 1 spoon of salt and stir until it is fully dissolved. Place the sweet potatoes into this salty water, making sure both cut ends are completely submerged. Let them soak for 10 minutes. The salt water slows down the natural oxidation process. When sweet potatoes are exposed to air, their enzymes begin to darken the flesh, and that can slightly change the taste. By soaking them in salt water, we calm those enzymes and help the sweet potato enter a pre-softened state. This brings out more natural sweetness once it is cooked. It also reduces the chance of bloating or discomfort after eating, since some of the reactive compounds get drawn out into the water. After the 10 minutes are up, take the sweet potatoes out of the salt water and give them a quick rinse under the tap. This washes away extra salt and removes any sap or foam that may have formed on the surface. I am curious, have you ever prepared sweet potatoes in this way before? If you have tried something similar, or if this is completely new to you, leave a comment and let me know. Now, we move on to the cooking stage. Place a pot of water on the stove and bring it to a full boil. You might wonder why we do not add the sweet potatoes while the water is still heating up. When sweet potatoes sit in warm water for too long before it reaches a boil, they begin to release starch slowly. This can make the outer layer turn soft and soggy before the inside has a chance to cook. It also causes the sweetness to leak into the water instead of staying inside the flesh. By waiting for the water to boil completely, we make sure the sweet potatoes cook quickly and evenly from the outside in, while keeping their natural flavor sealed inside. Once the water is bubbling strongly, carefully lower the sweet potatoes into the pot. At this point, keep the heat on high and let them boil for 8 to 12 minutes. This strong heat creates what many cooks call a quick heat lock. The sudden temperature shock tightens the skin and helps form a thin protective barrier. That barrier keeps the moisture and sweetness inside while the center continues to soften. After the first stage, reduce the heat to medium. Let the sweet potatoes simmer for another 12 to 20 minutes, depending on their size. Thinner sweet potatoes will reach the soft stage sooner, while thicker ones need a little more time. During this stage, the heat gently penetrates the core without breaking the outer layer. To check if they are done, use a small skewer or toothpick. Gently pierce the sweet potato. If it slides through smoothly with little resistance, it means the sweet potato is fully cooked. Once the sweet potatoes are ready, lift them out and place them into a strainer or a basket. Let them rest for 3 to 8 minutes. This short resting time allows excess steam to escape and prevents condensation from making the surface wet and slippery. It also helps the texture settle and become more stable for the next step. While the sweet potatoes are resting, take this moment to prepare the final touch. Preheat your air fryer to 180 degrees Celsius. Allow it to warm fully so the heat is stable before the sweet potatoes go in. Once the air fryer is hot, arrange the sweet potatoes in the basket. Leave a bit of space between them so the hot air can move freely.